Hello and welcome. My name is Medea and I'm here to help you become a yacht stewardess. I created this course completely by myself because honestly, when I started out, I couldn't afford those expensive online courses. So I had to figure things out the hard way, and now I want to share everything I learned with you for free. This channel is my way of making sure anyone who dreams of working on yachts has a fair chance to get started. And if you want to go deeper, I've put together the lecture notes and materials in a file that you can download in my Telegram channel. The link is in the description below. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's start learning. Today I'm teaching you the exact habits that make stewardess both fast and flawless. Speed is not about rushing, it's about doing things in the right seconds with the right micro techniques, so don't redo work. By the end, you'll know a flow you can repeat in any cabin on any yacht. Here is the simple rule I want in your head. Top to bottom, clean to dirty, dry to wet, clockwise, and finish at the door. First, top to bottom. Start with lights, frames, vents, and the top of wardrobes. Then move down to surfaces, then chairs, then the skirting and the floor. If you clean the floor first and then dust the shelf, the dust will fall on your clean floor and you'll have to redo it. So we always go from high to low. Second is clean to dirty. Do the easy, cleaner areas first, dusting and polishing, and leave bathrooms and floors for last because they are the dirtiest. Third, dry to wet. Use your dry cloths and your vacuum before you bring out any damp work. If you get things wet too early, dust turns into paste and sticks to everything. Dry first, then wet. Fourth, clockwise. Pick a starting corner and move in one direction around the room. No hopping around. That way you never miss a zone. And fifth, finish at the door. Your very last act is a slow scan from the doorway at IHA. This is the same view the guest gets when they walk in. So if it looks perfect there, you're done. Before you even start, prepare like a pro. If your yacht's rules allow it, stage your things just outside the cabin. Stack the bed linen in the order you'll use it. Base sheet on top, then the duvet cover, then pillowcases. Load your caddy with the right cloths, a leaf-free plush, one for glass, a general microfiber for most surfaces, and a separate set for the bathroom so you never cross-contaminate. Galley clothes stays only in the galley. Have your small tools ready, a hand vacuum with a crevice and a brush head, a lint roller, a small squeegee for glass, a soft detailing brush or cotton swabs for corners, spare bin liners, and gloves. If you're placing amenities, pre-open any plastic seals or stickers so you don't struggle later. Inside the cabin, open the blinds just a bit, about a third, to create raking lights. That light shows you smears on glass and chrome so you can catch them first time. Set the air conditioning to the guest preference before you start. It prevents condensation on mirrors. And follow my favorite rule. No empty hands. Every time you cross the threshold, you either bring something you'll use or take something out like laundry or trash. I use a lean method called 5S. Super simple. First, sort. Remove anything that doesn't belong, like empty bottles or used laundry. Second, set in order. Put items exactly where your reference photo shows them. Cushions, remotes, books. Third is shine. Clean until it's dry and streak-free. Fourth is standardize. Follow the same order every time. For example, tray, then console, then wardrobe, then bathroom. Fifth is sustain. Do a tiny audit at the end. 10 seconds. If your boat uses photos, take one. Now the tricks that save minutes and prevent rework. Cloth technique first. Fold your microfiber into a small square so it has 8 clean panels. After you wipe one small area, flip to a fresh panel. When all 8 are used, the cloth goes into the use section of your caddy. Don't keep wiping with a dirty face that just moves dirt around. Glass and mirrors use 2 cloths. Lightly mist the first cloth, not the surface, and wipe in an S shape. Then immediately dry buff with the second cloth. To check for streaks, stand at a 45-degree angle and use the Viking light from the window. Work from the edges toward the center so you don't leave wet borders, so like that. Metal and piano lacquer, follow the grain. If there are fingerprints, touch them first with a barely damp cloth, then straight to a dry buff, like very fast. Never spray directly on lacquer. Always spray the cloth away from the surface. Now let's talk about dusting that actually finishes. Throw away the idea of a feather duster. It just moves the dust. Use a slightly damp microfiber to collect dust, then dry buff. For vents and window tracks, use brush head with your vacuum and then detail the corners with a dry swab. Make bed in 4 moves. 1. Pull the base sheet tight. Pull from the center first, then lock it at the corners. 2. Spread the duvet insert evenly inside the cover. Shake from the foot and walk your hands up so it feels the corners. 3. Match pillow base and center of the logos. 4. Place the throw neatly with the crease facing the door and finish with a fast lid roll. Bathrooms in 5. 1. Collect used towels and empty bin. 2. Do glass first. 3. Then chrome. 4. Then bases and counters. Always spray onto cloth, not on the surface. 5. Leave the toilet for last. Close the lid and fold the paper neatly. Dry every water spot you see, especially around tub bases and glass edges. Then place towels identically and line up amenities with labeled facing out. Floors and carpets, start with edges using the crevice tool, then make slow, straight vacuum passes. Quick zigzag look fast, but they don't clean. On racks, vacuum with the nab and then one light pass against it to feed the pipe. Your movement is part of luxury. Walk with small, quiet steps. Wear soft sole shoes. When you open or close doors, stand on the hinge side and guide the handle so it never snaps. Carry trays low and balanced. And if you're unsure about opening a door while holding a tray, ask for help. Keep your radio earpiece in, volume low, and turn your face slightly away from gas when you speak. And here are 2 easy ways to save time without hurrying. First, dwell pairing. In the bathroom, lightly mist the shower glass and chrome, then leave it for a couple of minutes while you make a bed. When you return, the marks lift faster and you need less scrubbing. Second, batching. Refill all waters or mini burrs along the corridor in one sweep so you don't repeat the same setup 10 times. If 2 stews are working together, split smart. One does bed and surfaces, the other does bathroom and glass. Meet at the end for the final scan. Hit the touch points early. Door handles, light switches, tabletops, mirrors, tap bases, remote controls, and balcony rails. If you get called away, the room still looks 90% finished because the things guests notice most are already perfect. Always do a 3-view check. View 1 is stand in the doorway and look for symmetry. Pillows, throws, table centers. View 2 is guest eye haze. Stand and sit where a guest would and look for fingerprints and smears. View 3, the low sweep. Check skirting, under chairs, cable lines, and whether any beam liner is picking out. Then do a quick lighting check. Lights on, then off with daylight, because different angles reveal different streaks. Here's the standard I use. Glass and mirrors, no streaks when viewed at an angle, and dry edges. Chrome and metal, no fingerprints and no water rings at the bases. Bed, smooth surface, centered logo and perfectly symmetrical pillows. Bathroom, every surface dry, towels matched and aligned, lid closed. Surfaces, no dust lines at the edges and small items lined up exactly like your photo. Floors and carpets, no crumbs and no lap marks, and edges are clean. Scent, only what guest preference says, or neutral, never a chemical smell. If you want practice goals, try these. Remake a bed, a king bed, in 7 minutes or less. Reset and answer it in 6. Do a daily salon tidy, not a deep clean, in about 12. And clean a set of 4 glass panels in around 3. These are training benchmarks to help you improve. Your yacht standards and pace always come first. If you're getting streaks on glass, you're probably over spring. Miss the cloth, not the surface. If you clean glass and then touch it with oily hands, you'll have to redo it. So hold frames and edges only. If a glossy surface still looks meh, you probably skipped the dry buff. So add a 20-second dry buff to every shiny surface. If you feel lost, you're probably hopping around. So commit to the clockwise path. If you see wet edges or water rings, finish edges and tap bases, dry every single time. And if you keep missing skirting, do a dedicated edge pass before you finish the floor. Use my 2-minute reset when a guest is about to walk in. Do fingerprints and mirrors, align cushions and throws to the photo, refresh waters and empty bins, and then do the doorway scan and I saw close. And use a door-to-door sweep on a corridor day. Knock and announce, enter, touch points first, fast bed and bath, final scan, write your notes, move to the next door. If you're interrupted, use your boss approved indicator to mark that room and write the time you will return. Time a full clockwise clean of one cabin and keep practicing until you shave off 10 to 15%. Do the 8-panel cloth drill, clean 8 small surfaces, use a fresh panel each time. Practice the glass S pattern on 2 panes using 2 cloths. Then check at an angle with raking lights. Do a 5-minute touch point sprint. Handle switches, remote, top bases, and the table center. The room should already read guest ready. If you have a partner, run a bed and bath relay. They do the bed, you do the bathroom, then swap and score each other against the pass-fail criteria. Before you start, heady loaded, linens in order, AC set, blinds at 1/3, radio low, while you work, top to bottom, clean to dirty, dry to wet, clockwise and no empty hands. And when you finish, 3 review checks, quiet light test, sock cloth, and log your notes, minibar laundry and any maintenance. Now it's time for a quick quiz to log this in. Why is dry before wet faster? What problem does the 8-panel cloth method solve? What are the 3 inspection views? Name 5 touch points to heat fast. What's the fastest way to avoid glass streaks? Speed comes from sequence and setup. Perfection comes from micro technique and inspection. Do the same steps in the same order every time. Pair tasks smartly, keep your hands never empty, and finish with a strict 3-view check. That's how you look fast and flawless from day 1. If this helped you, please like and subscribe and share it with someone who wants to work on yachts. grab today's checklist and practice drills in my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. I am Medea and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye!